Today I'm going to be ranking the 10 best backcourts in the NBA. Honorable mention goes to Jaylen Suggs and KCP. Now, they would have made this list, but the thing is, we haven't even seen them play a game together, but all you could do is project. I just think they're going to be a good defensive backcourt duo, just like the duo I have ahead of them on this list. But the thing is, they haven't played together. And two, Jaylen Suggs is young and still needs to improve. But let's hop into this list. At number 10, I have De'Aaron Fox and Malik Monk. Now, these two, I know Malik Monk comes off the bench and he plays the six-man role, but this is kind of like Tony Parker and Manu, where they were just dominant when they both were on the court together. I mean, these two, they played together in college, so that already shows why they have so much chemistry. But these two just attacking the basket, putting pressure on the rim. De'Aaron Fox and Malik Monk are also great half-court passes as well. So they just fit each other's play styles, and it just works out, especially for the Kings unit. Now, the only thing that's stopping them from being higher on this list is they haven't really had much success in the playoffs. I mean, they only went one time, but they took the Warriors to Game 7, but they didn't win the series. But once they started going to the playoffs and having a little bit more success, they will definitely come up in the NBA as a higher NBA backcourt duo. Coming up at number 9, I have Mike Conley and Anthony Edwards. Now, Anthony Edwards is a young star in the making, but the thing is, Mike Conley, he's a veteran point guard, and he just keeps getting older and older. Now, the only thing is, if Mike Conley was a little younger and still be able to play alongside Anthony Edwards, then this would be a great fit, because Mike Conley, he plays off Ant, and Ant knows how to play off Mike Conley. They work well with each other. It's literally like a son teaching his son how to play basketball at this point, but they definitely play well together, and I think this is one of the best backcourts in the NBA. Coming up at number 8, I have Tyrese Haliburton and Andrew Nembhard. Now, Andrew Nembhard, he's a role player, and he plays his role great on his team aside Tyrese Haliburton, who's an amazing passer. He can shoot the three as well. Nembhard can also hit the three, and he can play defense. Now, they are both only 24, which is why I think they're going to be a top backcourt in the future. But right now, 8th place, I think it's good for them because they're both just starting to get on that rise and getting to become who they really are. Tyrese is an amazing player. He's one of the best offensive players in the league right now, and Nembhard is just one of those players that you want to have on your team who does the little stuff, rebounding, just playing defense, knocking down shots when you need them. So definitely this is the 8th best backcourt in the NBA. At number 7, I have Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland. Now, when they first got together, I thought this duo was going to crush the whole entire league. But what stops them is just really injuries. And it just seems like something in the team is going on to where the chemistry is all messed up. But when they are clicking it on the same page, they're one of the best backcourts in the whole entire NBA. Darius Garland is one of the best passers in the NBA. He could get to the mid-range, and he could drive to the basket and put pressure on the rim. Same thing with Donovan Mitchell. He's a good passer. He could defend, and he's one of the best scorers in the NBA. I think people underrate Donovan Mitchell. But this duo is definitely 7. I just think they need to play more games together and then go to the playoffs healthy with each other and compete throughout the playoffs. At number 6, I have Stephen Curry and Buddy Hield. Now, Stephen Curry and Buddy Hield, they just remind me of Curry and Clay, honestly. I just think that's what Curry and Buddy is going to be, just what Curry and Clay basically was. Curry is still an elite player, and he's still in his prime, basically. He could compete for a championship because he's that elite, and he's still the best shooter in NBA right now. Buddy Hield, he's also a good three-point shooter. He could make up for what Clay didn't bring last year, missing all those shots. He's a really good three-point shooter, and he's still kind of young. So I definitely like this backcourt a lot. Just shooting-wise, this backcourt is going to be elite. But then again, they still have a top 10 player in Curry too. So, I mean, yeah, this backcourt is nice. Coming up at number 5, I have Devin Booker and Bradley Beal. Now, I know they got swept in the playoffs last year to Anthony Edwards and the Wolves, but that doesn't really mean anything just as players and just how skilled they are. They're just a better backcourt than a lot of these players on this list. Devin Booker last year was asked to play the point guard role, and he played it. He wasn't that bad at it. He was a good passer, he was a good playmaker, and he still was able to create his own shots. Now, Bradley Beal, on the other hand, he did struggle a little bit, but he still put up like 16 points a game, and he was decent throughout the regular season, playing defense. But then in the playoffs is where it got kind of tricky. But if we're just talking about skilled backcourts, I think Devin Booker and Bradley Beal should definitely be up here, and they're definitely top 5. And Booker is what really makes them top 5, honestly. Coming up at number 4, I have Jrue Holiday and Derek White. Now, they're up here because this is 2 players that you want on your team. They play elite-level defense, they play championship-level defense, and they knock down shots. And these are just 2 great, amazing role players. And the fact that they're a small backcourt, still able to guard your best players, still able to knock down shots, still able to make hustle plays and just do the little things that matter. I would rather have these 2 over all the guys I just listed already. But these 2, Derek White and Jrue Holiday, they're definitely an elite duo, and they're an elite defensive backcourt duo. So this is why I had them up here. And really, just because of those reasons, they're just elite on defense. Offense, they could just do little things that matter as well. But definitely defensive reasons is why they're here. Coming up at number 3, I have Jalen Brunson and Mikal Bridges. Now, this was hard because Mikal Bridges and Jalen Brunson have never played an NBA game together, but I just know as a duo, this duo is going to be elite because Mikal Bridges is a player who likes to play off the ball, and Jalen Brunson is a player who likes to dominate the ball. So if Mikal Bridges is playing off Jalen Brunson, I don't see how this isn't a top backcourt in the NBA. Now, if you want to put Jalen Brunson with DiVincenzo, I don't mind that either because he's an elite shooter, knocks down threes, and can play defense. And then Jalen Brunson just does the playmaking, passing, and he's also an elite scorer as well. So basically, it could either be Jalen Brunson and Mikal Bridges or Jalen Brunson and DiVincenzo. It really doesn't matter. I still think Jalen Brunson is going to be a top 3 backcourt in the NBA, regardless of who he's paired up with. It doesn't matter. I would have put Jalen Brunson and DiVincenzo at 3 anyway, so it doesn't matter. Coming up at number 2, I have Shea and Jalen Williams. Now, last year, OKC, they were the number 1 seed in the Western Conference, a stacked Western Conference. But this is not only due to the fact of Shea. If Jalen Williams doesn't take the jump that he did last season, they're definitely not the number 1 seed. Jalen Williams, just as a player, he took an amazing jump. He became better as a shooter and especially as a defender. Now, we know how Shea is. Shea was already an amazing player, but Shea definitely improved too, averaging like 31 a game this year and just being able to consistently get to the free throw line whenever he wanted to. Just these two, they play well with each other and they're great friends too. So this just matches, and chemistry is everything in basketball as well. So these two playing at this elite level, they can definitely go and compete for a championship. And coming up at number 1, people last year in the playoffs said these two were the best backcourt in NBA history. Now, I don't think that was true. That was a bit of a stretch, honestly. But they were definitely playing like in that playoff series. But number 1 is Luka and Kyrie. Luka and Kyrie, they are the most skilled backcourt in the NBA today. We're talking about a guy in Kyrie who can do whatever he wants. He's so offensively gifted. And then Luka is like an offensive genius. He's one of the best passers. He's one of the best playmakers. And he's also one of the best shooters. Luka is underrated as a shooter. He's a good shooter, especially in the Wolves series. He showed us that he was an elite shooter. And then kyrieirving, he's always been a secondary option, but he plays well when his first option is clicking, and that's all that matters. This is definitely the best backcourt in the NBA. But with that being said, if you guys like this video, make sure you guys like, comment, share, subscribe. Get this video to 6 likes, and I will do an all-time backcourt list this time. This was just in the current NBA. I will do all-time backcourt in the whole entire NBA. 6 likes, and I'm dropping again. Thank you guys, and I'm out.